All right, hey YouTube, how's it going? We are testing a mono black deck. It is what is it, Strixhaven, but the only thing we have from Kaldheim and Strixhaven is we play one Professor Onyx and from Kaldheim two Valkies. But this is a strictly mono black Ugin control deck. We pretty much all we're doing is just killing their creatures. We have, two Bloodshades, one Erebos, two Eliminates, Heartless Axe, Nightmares, Murderous Riders, Extinction Events, Hogger Mauling, Shadow's Verdict, and then we have Ugin there. But yeah, so we have a ton of removal in it. This is a best of one deck, as you can see. It says mono black best of one, but I did add some like just like a sideboard, so that way if you want to take it to best of three. But this is I built it strictly for best of one. So you might have to, kind of play around with the sideboard, but like I think it would be fine also because some of these cards are going to be good. Like Agonizing Remorse and Duress would be good against, the Sultai Ultimatum decks and whatnot. Epic Downfalls, Heartless Axe would be good against like the Adventure Package and whatnot. But, you could decide, I guess, that and see how it works out for you. But yeah, this is strictly mono black for best of one. Ugin control, Dark Ugin, whatever you want to call it. But it's a pretty spicy deck. I'm doing really well with it on the ladder so far. Um, let's see if it'll show you my stats, I guess. So the other version I had is, so here you go. This is 5-0 right now. And then this other one is 11-3. So we're 16-3 with the deck in Mythic rank. So that's pretty good. Obviously, what the difference between the two of these deck is, the old one, the 11-3 one, has 0 copies or 0 cards of Strixhaven. So this deck was built prior to Strixhaven, and it's 11-3. Then Strixhaven came out and I added the Onyx, and that's literally what I did. Is I removed one, let's see, I added Onyx, I added Necromentia, and I removed 2 cards in the main deck to do that. I think it was like Solemn Simulacrum was one of them, and the other one, maybe Nightmare, I believe it was the fourth Nightmare or something. But yeah, so we're 5-0 on the ladder. That's pretty darn good already. We are currently Mythic rank. And yeah, we're gonna play a little bit more on the ladder and see how well we do. But so far so good. Best of one is a lot of aggro type of decks, either red, white weenies, or white life gain, whatever you want to call it. And then the other white, I don't know what the other white is. I know there's white mono white life gain, and then there's the other white deck. I don't know what the other white deck is, but there's 2 different versions. So there's that red, that's 3 aggro decks. There's Winnota on the ladder, so there's that also, and that's an aggro deck. There is rogues, obviously, which is why I'm main decking 2 Cling to Dust in the deck against rogues, because obviously Cling to Dust and a 60 card. I mean, rogues against a 60 card deck is probably better than an 80 card Yorion deck, obviously. So that's why there's 2 main deck Clings in the deck. Otherwise, I would not be playing this. If rogues weren't in the format, I would not be playing this. But yeah, so far, like I said, 16-3 or whatever it is. And we're going to be playing on the ladder some more just to get more and more reps on it. I want to try to get around, 20, 21 games or something around that area with this deck. And then once we finish that up, I'll go ahead and, post the deck on, what's it called, YouTube, Aether Hub, and all that. So, but yeah, I just wanted to show you the stats before we go into the matches, before we play more matches. So let's go ahead and get into the matches now and see what happens after that. So let's go check it out. All right, let's go play some mono black in the best of one ladder. Mono black. This was a different version of this was doing pretty well for me a couple of seasons ago. But let's see. Jenga. What plays Jenga? Oh, maybe Rakdos? We have 0 black mana here. But I have a Maze Mind Tome, so I guess I'll keep. Maybe I don't need these as many Radiant Fountains. I have 3 of them in the deck. Maybe I should cut it down to, that's odd, okay. Maybe I should cut it down to 2 and see how that works. Or I might not even need any and just put them all as black sources. Red, white. Oh, is this a Winnota deck? I think it might be a Winnota deck. I'm gonna scry because I'm looking for black. All right, there it is. That way I could kind of look at their hand and see what they're repping. See what's happening over here. Because I mean, Bone Crusher, sure. We get to kill the Selfless Savior. We can kill the Bone Crusher with this. So we're fine at the moment. Whoa, he's playing Crawling Barrens as well. Well, alright. What the heck is this? Add 2 mana of any one color and 2 mana of any other color. Add 2 mana of any one color, 2 mana of any other color. Spend this mana only to cast creature or enchantment spells. So it's a 3 mana to create 4 mana. So I guess you can play Showdown. It is a Winnota deck. I can't kill that. Might have to scry here. Don't need that. It doesn't trigger off itself, but I don't know if he has some random card with haste or something. What is this? Haste. See? Okay, so I have to hold up. Remember, non-human. So I have to hold up to stop this. Guys. Alright. Luckily, I can do Erebos here and use the Maze Mind Tome. So let's do this for 1. Target this. Dies. Then we get to draw a card. Yep. And then he used his whole turn to do that, it looks like. Or not. Is that guy a human? That guy is a human, so that's good. Drew Shadow's Verdict, but that doesn't do anything here. We're gonna put this on black. Play Solemn Simulacrum. Yeah. Grab a land. That way I can also play this. The only bad problem, or the bad thing here is... Ooh, so much. So much. That's fine. Okay. I'm gonna take 4 here if he decides to go for it. Let's remove Nightmare. Okay. So I can play Shadow's Verdict here, remove his board. I think that's what we have to do here. Yep. And I can still use Maze Mind Tome to draw a card. So I'm just going to use that at end step, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, come on, man. Alright. I mean, if I draw a land, I can still play Professor. Yep. Alright. I have to take 4 here. He still didn't attack. Interesting. Quite interesting opponent. That doesn't do anything, and that doesn't do anything. So I could play this. Could make him sack this, and then it dies. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? I think it might be worth it, but then that's the only one I have in the deck. Could also just play this. Let's do that instead, I guess. Try to see if I could hit like a Ugin. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we could use Maze Mind Tome and pump up Crawling Baron, so let's just do that. I guess the risky part here is if he draws a land, he can animate this, but then we trade with it. I think that's fine. So even, odd, even. Guess let's see if we could draw one of our extinction events. guess we'll do that instead. Yep. Get this Winnota off the field. Get Winnota off the field. So it goes up to 6, right? It says protection from multicolor. Enters the valuable one counter target creature you don't go. When Bastard Lieutenant or another creature you control dies, if it had a 1/1 counter on it, create a 2/2 White Knight type with Vigilance. In this, each opponent sacrifices a creature with the greatest power among creatures that player controls. So we're gonna put this one on red. And I guess I'm just passing. I'm taking 4. Guess let's just do it now. In case I draw something that I could use. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 1. So 1, 2, 3. I can kill this. 3. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm gonna kill this and then put counters on Crawling Barrens. And also we're gonna hold this up at instant speed in case some, craziness happens. We have some action. So we're gonna take 4. Yep. We'll take 4. I'm trying to get him to play this Bone Crusher, but that's not happening apparently. So let's destroy this. It doesn't trigger because this is the one with the counters on it. So you could put counters on Crawling Barrens. That's the hold up here. But obviously he's not going to try to play Bone Crusher because of this guy. Another land. I can't keep taking 4. Let's go look digging. I originally had 4 Ugins in this deck. Now I only have 3. Yikes. So if I do this, I could plus it and it gets hit for 4, but then 5, 6, it dies. I could minus it, just force him to do some stuff. Otherwise, I'm going to keep taking damage. I could also just cast this. Let's just cast this for now. Hold that out for a little bit. So he hits me for 4, I'll hit him back for 2. I'm trying to get him to use the Bone Crusher so that way I can use this and it not die. Sure. There we go. Yeah, because if I do that, then he can, if I minus 3, he could just Bone Crusher it and kill it. At least now, if I do the minus, I get to protect it. Yep, we're taking 4. Gotta use my life as a resource. But I also have to be careful because if he draws too much, then we could be in trouble. Sure. Let's put counters on this. Decline. Okay. Okay. Use this to kill this. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11. So that's 8, 11. I'm gonna get to kill both of them. That seems good, right? Guess we'll just do that. So destroy target creature. Make him sack the highest power which would be this one. And then I guess we just pass. No attacks because I don't want to take a risk of. This says target creature can't block this turn, so I don't want to take a risk and it biting me in the, what. And the good thing about her passive is when I start casting instants and sorceries, I start gaining life back. Oh, okay. Well, now you can give everything haste and trample. Yep. So I have to send both to block it if I don't want my professor to die. I think it's worth it. I also get to draw a card off it. So takes 0 damage. I gain 2. What does the white effect do? I should have ordered it the other way around, but what does the white effect do? Gains 5 life. Okay, that's fine. We got odd and odd. So let's do that. I think we won the game from here now. Yep, there it is. Boom. Mono black, mono black, mono black. This deck's been doing some work for me. What is this guy's name? Con Radical. Con Radical. Alright, opponent gets to go first. No companion. We have removal, draw spell, and ramp we keep. We have removal, draw, ramp. So play past turn. Looks like we're playing against maybe red. Yep, red. So, ooh, that's actually pretty good for us that they didn't play anything. Do I take a turn off to play Maze Mind Tome then? I think so. Looks like they have a stomp here. I could have held back, but against red, I need to gain life too. So I'm going to be using this effect regardless of either drawing or scrying, because I need to gain 4 life. So, I mean, obviously, they're just gonna play this guy, and then I'm gonna have to eliminate it most likely. I'm gonna hold this just to be. Actually, I could do this instead. So let's scry. Radiant Fountain, I'll keep because it's, like I said, life gain. So we're back to 20. I can use Murderous Rider to kill it, then play a land, play this, and then I can start tapping down his creatures. He can't play Embercleave yet because he needs 5 mana, since he only has 1 creature. And we have another Maze Mind Tome. Once we get enough mana, we can start drawing cards off it with that. I'd rather take 2 than take 4. Because I'm going to take damage regardless. So I might as well take 2 instead of 4. I guess one way he can stop my Murderous Rider would be to like frostbite his own creature. That might be worth it. But then it's a 2-for-1 in my favor, which is fine with me too. I'm okay with that as well. Annex, yep. So since he played Annex, I think I'm just going to take the turn to do Eliminate. I'm going to take the turn to do Eliminate and Maze Mind Tome instead. And I'm going to kill it when he enters combat, so that way he can't play Embercleave. Because if he plays land, then he can attack and play Embercleave, so I'm going to stop him from playing Embercleave here. Well, I guess we could just do a 2-for-1 here. He did that prior to combat? That is very odd. Not really sure about that. Because now he lost his Rimrock. That's odd. He was playing... Okay, sure. But you can't attack. I guess he just wants to cast a creature? Sure. Okay, opponent. You are playing quite interesting here. Let's see. So he's probably gonna play Embercleave against me, right? So I think I take a turn off and let the Embercleave happen, unfortunately. Because then the following turn... Because there's nothing... I mean, I could do this to take the creature out of combat. But then that's like all I'm doing. Is it worth taking that out of combat trick? I could just do this, ramp up. Because this costs what? 5 mana, right? So if I do this and ramp up, he hits me for 4-8. Alright, I'm just going to wait. Let's see what he does. If he doesn't do Embercleave, I'll go ahead and use Maze Mind Tome and Cling. Goldspan Dragon. That kind of sucks. That actually was really bad. That was horrible. Because even if I remove it from combat, he still gets the effect. Oh, that's so bad. See if I could draw a removal. Shadow's Verdict is good against what's happening here, but not with the gold span. Oh, and now I can't even do that. I messed up again. Okay, I wasn't expecting gold span dragon, unfortunately. And now he can also play Embercleave. Ugh, I played this one a little bad. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Play this one a little horrible. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter if he keeps creating dudes, right? If 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I just have to play Shadow's Verdict, clear the board. Oops, that's not Shadow's Verdict. If he has Embercleave, we're not dead. So, because I can gain 4 life here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We're not dead. I mean, he's creating a lot of treasures, but I guess it doesn't really matter if he's not drawing. I mean, like, he already has a lot of land, you know? And I'd rather draw a card. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4? No, I can't do that. I want to play Solemn, but I can't do that. I think I just remove it from combat. All right, you're up, opponent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we remove it from combat, draw, and gain some life. Yep, he's definitely generating a lot of treasures. Definitely generating a lot of treasures. Could gain 4. The only problem here is I gotta have to be careful he doesn't have like a double stomp. If I try to activate Maze Mind Tome and he double stomps me, I lose the game. I mean, but that has to be like the perfect sequence, right? If it's not, then we're looking good. Ah, he passed turn. I mean, I guess I'm gonna go for it. If it's double stomp, that's unfortunate. One's already gone. Necromentia. Well, that I could take Embercleave out of the game. I could kill Goldspan now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, we could gain 6 life. 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play Maze Mind Tome. Use this to take it out of combat again. And then just use Maze Mind Tome and start scrying. I don't know what he has in his hand, because he has like infinite mana, but all right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just gonna do this now. I mean, otherwise he's gonna get the treasure regardless. What do you got, opponent? Am I also gaining 4 life here or not? I am. Nice, I'm at 12. Wow. Okay, we're not using that then. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, that's the wrong one. Let's play Solemn. Take action. Must be removal then. I see. So I may want to go and call out something, huh? I mean, Embercleave, obviously, but Frostbite, sure. Take action. Take action. Put that in play. think I'm gonna wait though. I'd rather use this or hold up Murderous Rider. Fireblade Charger, sure. Let's draw a card and gain, oh, not gain life, but let's draw a card. Okay, that's a good one. So black. Let's get rid of this Fireblade Charger. And I'm still able to use the Labyrinth now. I take one, that's fine. I'm looking for the red, but until that happens, resolves. I'm not going to cast this because I want to hold this up or hold this up. I'm also looking for one of my win conditions. I run 4 Crawling Barons in the deck, I believe. 3 to 4. Bone Crusher, sure. That's the good thing about red is they don't really have draw power. Like, look how much treasures he has, but it doesn't do him anything right now, you know? So, let's draw first. See what we hit. Okay. Since I drew another one of these, I am just going to use one of them. There we go. Is it Embercleave? Is he just gonna hard cast it then? No, it's Frostbite. Okay. So black, black, colorless, Blood Chief, kill it. Play this. So we see 4, 5, 6. 6. 1, 2, 3. Cast this. And hold up Murderous Rider. Just in case. Sure. Let's draw a card. There's our Ugin. Exile your graveyard. Not that it matters. Let's go into combat. Let's attack. Gain some life. I'm going to play another tome out there. And just end turn. We could go up to what? Gain 4, 13. Let's start putting counters on this stuff. Decline. I'm going to gain life here just so my life total is high enough. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. I have plenty of mana where I can cast it, Tibble and hold up protection. So I'm pretty sure we got this game locked up now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, I guess 5. Tibble. I already played my land because I had to because I needed the red. Otherwise, you definitely do that first. One. Okay, I guess we just go to combat. Gain some life again. I guess on the bright side, that was good for the opponent, right? Because he didn't want to draw that. You will have to discard down to 7 at the end step. So I'm going to just use one of the clings to gain life. I already have so much straw here that I'm just going to use one of the clings to gain life. I'm going to remove my Solemn. Just keep getting higher in life total. Because I don't want to discard to hand size anyways. So I'm just going to gain the life. I'm at 18 again. Like, there's no way my opponent wins from here. Soon to go to 20, and then when this cracks, 24. Like, there's just, yeah, there's no way. Let's see what we hit. They even cast Ugin here and close the game fast. Ooh, there's an Evercleave. Alright, well. Okay, well, I'm just going to close the game. Let's just close it. Now I'm doing 5 a churn. Get to play Embercleave soon. Let's attack. I could also start pumping Crawling Barons and then Embercleave that instead. I'm gonna play the Nightmare here because I have the Frostbite only does 2 damage. But I'm gonna play the Nightmare here for the reason that I want to look at their hand to see if they do have a removal. If they don't have a removal, I'm going to animate Crawling Baron's attack and Embercleave it. Robber the Rich. Sure. When he attacks, I'm going to scry here. Just so I don't give him something powerful like an Ugin or something. So, scry. Don't want to give him Ugin. Yeah, you can have that land. You may have the land. I mean, I could have frostbited it too, but it doesn't matter. Now we frostbite. That's why we frostbite now. Otherwise, he would have been able to in response. Okay, so animate. Take action. Good game, opponent. I can even exile this and then do it, but all right. Put it on here. Animate. Take action. Take, what is this? 14, 15, 16? Jeez. KO. There we go. Nice. All right, let us go play some Mono Blade. So far, we've been crushing. So the only deck I would say this deck is bad against would obviously be the Sultai Ultimatum, but that's why there's a Necromancy in the main deck. But it's still gonna be bad against that. Unfortunately, I have to put this on black. I mean, I gotta keep, but I wish I'd draw. Okay, well that changes things up then. That could possibly change things up. I mean, I might still have to put it on black, but all right. So go play Valky, look at his hand. I think that might be better. Then I can use Nightmare. Sure. Let's play Valky. So then I'm gonna put this on black anyway, so this guy has nothing but Bone Crushers and Annexes in his hand. Okay. Well, if he does not draw a land, I mean, we obviously get this Bone Crusher, but if he doesn't draw a land, we'll be in pretty decent shape. Because then this will only become... I have to try to get rid of this. Okay. Let's have to try to get rid of this so that way it doesn't work that way. Yep, take one. All right, so since, I mean, we do want this on black, I guess, so let's just do that now. And then let's go ahead and kill this Fervent Champion. So that way the Annex doesn't get too out, it doesn't get out of range, I guess. I mean, even though that doesn't technically matter, but better to be safe than sorry. Dang, Maze Mind Tome would have probably been better than the Valky, but I wonder what this is. And what is he thinking? Is he thinking Bone Crusher? Ooh, cracked my neck. Cracked the neck. Thinking Annex. Okay, well, there's that. Ooh, he drew a card I can hit. That's nice. All right. So, So we're one Valky down. So I think I'm still putting this on black. Because the next turn I can do this. And I can also do Murderous Rider this turn and use Cling against, like, and draw a card or something. So put this on black. You're up. And I might kill this at end step instead, depending on what... Actually, no, that would take 2 damage. So no, there's no reason to do that. Just gonna kill it now. No reason to take damage here for no reason. And I have to use Cling now before the graveyard's exiled if I want to draw a card. Because it's going to exile his graveyard, and I want to do it on Frostbite so I could draw. Sure. So remove Frostbite, draw a card. Because currently the hand is a little, you know, ooh. Things are getting a little spicy now. I mean, you know? All right. Hmm. Embercleave. So he has to have land and Embercleave, right? So maybe I play this. I play this, play Maze Mind Tome. That way I can also protect the Professor Annex. Let's do that, I guess, instead. If he wants to say, if he attacks with this, I'll take the 2. Okay, so he drew the land. Ugh, let's hope if he attacks with everything, that means he has Embercleave. Oh, he has Embercleave. All right, well, that's also kind of fine because we can block here. He Embercleaves this. We go Professor Onyx it. Obviously, then we lose Onyx to the Bone Crusher, but we get rid of his creature, I guess. Is he gonna try to put? Oh, his Rimrock. Okay, that's fine. So we trade there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 5. We're at 6. I'm gonna scry here once, in case I could draw like a Shadow's Verdict or even an Extinction Event. So I might want to swamp. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, that's 7. Sure, we'll leave it. We'll leave it. I could remove this from combat, take 3, or maybe even more, depending on if he plays anything out. Alright, so he's gonna play that out. I'm gonna scry again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's take this out of combat. Next turn I can scry and draw, so that's good. We're taking 4. I'm gonna scry because I need to gain the life. So I may want to put a stop here just in case. Since I'm getting pressured a little bit, I need to maybe gain life. So scry. Solemn, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I do not need Solemn, unfortunately. Since, I mean, I have my mana, I'm not gonna bother with that. Oh man, we drew so let's see, play it. 1, 2, 3, play it. Into the battle if each opponent reveals their hand. He can in response kill it, so we're not going to do that. I'm gonna put an upkeep stop here. All right. We're taking a lot of damage here. If he draws an Embercleave, we might just be dead because I can't. 4, 8, 11. Yeah, we're probably just dead to an Embercleave. There's only one. Okay, now he can't play Embercleave, so that's good to know. Because he can only attack with 3 creatures. So remove that from combat. We're going to then eventually gain life anyways. Let's draw a card. I need a land, so I'm going to put the upkeep stop. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we don't need the land. So I'm just going to play Ugin -3. Ooh, this is a close one. This was a close one. We could go to 9 life. We could go up to 9. And he can't kill Ugin with Bone Crusher because that's 4 loyalty. That's what I'm talking about. His board gets completely wiped. Yeah. We're in great shape now. If he Bone Crushers me, I'm just going to do this just to gain the life, just to be safe. I'd rather be at a safe with Ugin in play. I'd rather be safe than sorry. Especially with what I have in my hand. I don't need another Crawling Barrens. I have one in play. I'd rather be safe than sorry. Yep. That doesn't do anything. Extinction event, so let's go ahead and kill this. How many cards in my graveyard? Okay. I'm going to play Nightmare here just to be safe, so I can see what's in his hand. And then once I know what's in his hand, then I'm going to play the Onyx. But this way I'm protected against a haste creature because of this. And if he doesn't play anything, I just put counters on Crawling Barrens. Since my life is at 7, I have to be careful. Because like he can, I don't know. See? Yeah, he could start doing damage to the face. So I have to keep this up just to be safe. Embercleave, sure. Then we could do this. If we do that, are we just probably dead? Might be. So let's do that. I'm gonna get Ugin up. I'm gonna get Ugin up to 6 so I can minus on the Embercleave, and then I'm gonna play the Professor. Because I don't want... Okay, well, alright, never mind. We win. We win. Hey, yo. We are playing some Mono Black in Mythic. Best of 1 deck. So, let's see what we do. Let's see how we roll. WCG, okay. WCG. We're on the play, so that's good. We have 4 lands. Yeah, I'm definitely keeping. We have 4 lands, 2 removal, or actually 3 removal. Crawling Barrens as a win condition there, so we're keeping this. Field the Ruin is also a fine card since we're monocolored. We can use this to destroy like a Faceless Haven or something like that if they're a red deck or something. Lead off with Swamp because there's no reason to play Crawling Barrens. Okay, we're playing against White Snow, so they'll most likely will have a Faceless Haven. I don't think I want to destroy this quite yet. I want to see what he does turn 2. So, because if he casts the Luminarch Aspirant, I'd rather kill that than the Usher. So red-white aggro, maybe a Winnota deck. So we're going to kill it now because he entered combat. And since he didn't cast like a Luminarch Aspirant, okay, well, I have no idea. I'm assuming this is like a either red-white aggro or Winnota deck. Well, yeah, otherwise, I've seen this Professor Symbology a lot, actually. It's not that bad. It's not that bad at all. I mean, it gets to grab you cards, but I know the Lessons cards aren't that powerful from what I know yet, so... So I don't know if the 2-1's worth getting the Lesson. I guess it gets you it replaces itself, but... It's a 2-1 for 2... I guess it's fine. I mean, if they start printing more powerful Lessons, then it definitely would become a lot better card. All right, we're taking 2. We're not gonna stop that. Ugh, I hate this card. Ugh. All right, so we're just gonna kill this, but I hate this card because it's gonna make he's probably gonna hit Extinction Event here because that's the earliest card I could play. So, and this makes Extinction a 6-mana play. So we have a turn 5, turn 6 removal, it looks like. Okay. Turn 5, turn 6 removal, huh? All right. You got it, opponent. What you got? I'm pretty sure you take Extinction Event. Come on. You took Shadow's Verdict. Odd. Yeah. So, okay. And I'm not casting Extinction Event, so there's no reason not to cast this Murderous Rider. We're not using... I mean, I could have, I guess, held my mana to play... I mean, put counters on Crawling Barrens, but nah, we could do that next turn. Okay. Now he gets to take Extinction Event. Very well, opponent. Ooh, we drew another Murderous Rider. That's bad. That's nice. I'll take it. Radiant Fountain, gain some life. Let's attack with Murderous Rider. We have another Murderous Rider to kill, or I guess he's just going to trade. I don't know if I would have traded, but I guess it's fair because I hit him for 2, gain 2, right? So, yeah, that's fine. All right, we're taking 2. Yep. You got it. We can, if he depends on what he casts here, we could just either kill it with Murderous Rider or we just use Crawling Baron's mana. But that doesn't matter, so we're just going to use probably Crawling Baron's mana here. And 2, 3, 4, 5. Play my land equals 6. So I can use Extinction Event and call out even here. That's even, that's even. Yeah, okay, so we could put Crawling Barons and counters. Decline. Alright, another Crawling Barons. I could also just wait here, actually. What am I thinking? Why would I Extinction Event? Because I could just animate Crawling Barons and become a 4/4. He can't even attack me. Yep, okay. Yep, see, he can't attack me. So we could do this. We could destroy a land, so I could get another black mana out of my deck. And I could put counters on Crawling Barons. And it thins my deck out of lands. We already have plenty of lands here. We have 2, 4, 6, 7. And we can put counters here. Well, we still drew another land though, huh? Okay. Alright. We're just gonna pass. He's the aggro deck, so we could just keep passing here. We have no reason to stay. Ooh. Another one, huh? I guess I could just kill it and then he has nothing to do. Yeah, sure. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, and I should have just held up the Crawling Barons, because now he can attack me for 5. If I would have held up the Crawling, I just didn't want him to. Yeah, that was kind of dumb. Okay, so I need to get a punt counter, because that's a punt. That's a punt. Because now we're going to take 5 damage for no reason. Yeah, we can't animate it. So you're going to hit us for 5. Yep. So that's a punt right there. We should have still been at 20 life right here. Or 18, I should say. No, 20, because we were going to use Murderous Rider also. Because we have Shadow's Verdict as well. Get Shadow's Verdict the whole field away. Yep, that was bad. And I'm still going to, yep. Alright, so punt 1 this game. I gotta make a counter so I could do this. Yep, sure. There's nothing on board. But he has to keep throwing these out because otherwise, like I said, we're gonna draw a card. Otherwise, he just buying us time. Okay, another removal. Ooh, I love this Maze Mind Tome. This Maze Mind Tome draw was awesome. I do not have. Nope. I think I should hold up Hog or Mauler. Yeah, I'm gonna hold that up. I was trying to see if I can play Murderous Rider and hold up Hogger Mauling, but I don't have enough mana for that. So what I'm going to do here instead is hold up Hogger Mauling and Maze Mind Tome. I have, oh, perfect. See, good thing I held it up. Because now I can destroy, yeah, so he's definitely a Winnota deck. Because I don't think there's any other red-white deck that plays Kenrith. So hey, it's a good thing I held up the Mauling. Another land. Another land. We're gonna put this on red because we played Tybalt. We played Tybalt. Now I can cast this because I don't have any way to. I'm not holding anything up, so I can still use Crawling Baron's animation 1, 2, 3, 4, and activate Maze Mind Tome in the same turn. All right, there we go. We won. Nice. We got it. All right, let's keep playing. Let's keep playing some mono black. See how we do. I'm doing pretty good so far. So got into Mythic easily with this deck. Let's see if we could crush it again. Let's do another crush. Jade Man. All right, Jade Man. Let's see what you're rocking. Ooh, we get to go first. We got 3 lands, removal, draw power, scry, draw power. All right, we'll keep. Lead with obviously this. One of these would have been another swamp would be better. It looks like we're playing against red. So I'm going to lead with a Crawling Barons because that's a win con for me, and with Maze Mind Tome. Since he's mono red, this might not be able to be cracked quite yet. So we'll wait until like he plays a Snowland or something, you know? Is this like big red or something? What's going on? We're going to scry here. We'll keep because we need the lands, so I'm going to keep. I think I'm just going to draw a card. Instead of playing the second Maze Mind Tome, I'd rather just draw a card. And I feel like I'm just going to get stomped here. Because I could just play this out so I could start scrying more, which might be better because it's a red deck, but I think I'm going to draw so that way I can keep my hand size relatively high. So we're just going to draw here. Okay, that's good for later in the game. I think I might just go ahead and kill this. Just to keep things off the board. I mean, I'm taking 2 to kill it, but I'd rather take 2 than take 4. And less creatures on his side of the field is better for me, so that way it costs more for him to play Embercleave and whatnot. So let's see what they have. We have, what is it? What the heck is this? Does double that. So we're playing against giants. Red giants. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be land 5. So we could do 4 on it. I guess we have to keep that. So if a giant source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals double that damage to that permanent or player instead. Guess I'll just go ahead and kill it. Is this like red giants? It kind of sucks that we've only drawn 1 off Maze Mind Tome, but you know, I'd rather not let them keep that. I don't know what they're trying to do. Triple hit. At the beginning of your end step, it doesn't have a +1/+1 counter, return it to its owner's hand. So he kicked it, so it's a 5/4. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to scry here. I need the land, so that way I could at least play like Onyx or something. I know we only drew 1 card, so it's not great. Ooh, I guess we just play. Yep, we play this, get our land guaranteed. And then I can use Cling either to gain life. Do I even need to gain life? I think I should just draw a card here in case I draw a land. All right, we're just gonna do that. So your graveyard, in case I draw a land, since I haven't played a land for turn, perfect. 4, 5, 6, 7. Since I didn't play a land for turn, might as well use it. Otherwise, it's just, it's a waste. I'm assuming he has a Bone Crusher in his hand, or whatever stomp you want to call it. Stompy. Stomp it, and then attack for 4. We have Onyx, guaranteed Onyx to play. What is this? It deals X damage to any target where X equals the number of creatures you control that have a creature type in common. So giants, sure. Okay, well, Heartless Axe not going to do anything against that creature. Oh, man. So if I play Onyx, I can make him sack the Charger, then he swings into Onyx, kills Onyx. Since I don't have 1 extra, if I had 1 more mana here, I can kill this and this, but I don't have that. So is it just better to play Maze Mind Tome and hold up Heartless Act against, say, this? 1, 2, so we have 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 mana. 2, 4, 5, 6. I don't think it's good to throw that out, so I'm gonna just play Maze Mind Tome here. I could draw a card since I didn't hit a land yet. Let's do that actually. Maybe I might hit my land here. Nope. Alright, well, we're just gonna pass. I'm gonna put an upkeep stop here so I can use Maze Mind Tome, use Heartless Act against this. Just kill this off. We're going to take a lot, though, and since this has a counter on it, I mean, I could have removed the counter, and then at end step, it would return it back to his hand, but that's not worth it. Oh, he might have Embercleave. He has Embercleave. All right. That's massive. That might have just been the game. Big red giants, huh? All right. Resolves. Got to keep that. Draw. Oh, man. I think we're just dead. Whenever you cast a copy or instant sorcery. -6, I guess. I mean, being at 2 life, we're dead. He's playing giant, so he's just going to have a haste giant here, I bet. Man, if we would have hit our land last turn. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Oh my gosh, he passed turn. No way. No way. Nope, 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 nope. That's incredible. So I'm just going to use this to gain life. So we're at 2. Oh no, it doesn't work that way. I'm an idiot. I'm so bad. Oh my gosh. I messed up. I forgot it's instants and sorceries. So, yeah. Okay, I gotta keep that because that gains me life. Gotta keep that. All right, now I think we are fine. Let's grab instants and sorcery. So I guess I have to grab this, right? Let's do 3 damage here. Let's tap, tap, tap. Let's play this. So we get to look at their hand. We have Cling to Dust also. I could use that to draw a card. All right, we're good. We are set. So we have 4, 5, 6. So we could use Cling, gain 4, and then we could use Maze Mind Tome to gain, oh, actually gain 3 and then gain 4. Okay. Sure. You got it, opponent. What's he got? Does he have a way to kill Ugin? If a giant source you control would deal damage to a permanent player, it deals double that damage instead. Okay. Is there a way target this spell costs 3 less to cast, you can deal 6 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Creature or planeswalker. So there's no point of not casting this because I gain the life back anyways from this Onyx, so I might as well just kill it here. So I lose 2 life, but I gain 2 life back. So there's no reason not to do it there. I lost Onyx, which is fine. And sure, it kills it. We lost our Onyx. We only have 1 Onyx in the deck. Frostbite. Okay. Let's draw a card, gain some life. This is interesting. I've never seen a Giants deck, so quite... I guess we'll just scry once. Yeah, we'll leave that on top. Let's see what they have in their hand. Ah, they had a bunch of removal in their hand. I see. Well, there's no reason to throw this guy out because it just dies to that. So I guess it forces them to use... Nah, we use our mana better wise. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We could use Maze Mind Tome, Heartless Sack, Clings. There's so many cards we could use here. Let's draw a card. Put counters. Decline. Exile your graveyard. I mean, exile in the graveyard, I guess, matters because they probably play that giant where if there's a giant in the graveyard or something like that. There's no reason to throw this out. I know it thins my deck out, but his hand is kind of useless right now. I don't want him to cycling cards out of his hand. We could just win off Ugin. He's at 6. We could plus it. Next turn, cast Ugin. Okay, sure. Where does it? It deals... It says, enters the battlefield, it deals X damage to any target where X equals the greatest number of creatures you control. So, in response, by Heartless Act this, I'm assuming it does 0. Results. Yep. So we have game here. Decline. So let's do this first. So we have 5. Okay, there we go. So Giants. 1200. Nice. There we go. Mono black. All right. Hey, YouTube. So you just saw our matches. We were, what was it? 11-3, 5-0. So, I mean, we're doing really great with this deck so far. We got to play some more matches. I did a little bit of change here and there. Like I took out one Radiant Fountain for another Swamp. I think though what I want to do here is, so I'll swap it. Let me do this. I think we caught one Crawling Barrens for another Radiant Fountain just because Best of One has a lot of like red decks and whatnot. So the Radiant Fountains have been really good in this deck. So I would do that. And we're drawing a bunch of Crawling Barrens anyways. We only need one and we could win off it. And having access to three is still good enough. I think the 2 life gain here, like in that last game, if you saw against the Giants deck, gaining that extra 2 life came to matter possibly, if not, but but so that's the only other change here I would make. The rest of the deck looks pretty solid. Blood Chief is good for the early removal. Klings, doesn't look like we're playing against too much rogues here. If any, I would say maybe cut the Cling here for maybe another, say, Heartless Act or Eliminate. That would probably be good. So as far as, I'm going to leave the deck the way it is right now. So I'm going to give you advice on what I would change after all these matches. So Blood Chief Thirst, I think is fine at 2. You don't think you want more. Cling to Dust, I would cut one. Like I said, I'm not playing against rogues here, and drawing this a lot of times kind of becomes dead, but at the same time, it's also not bad because it's a 1-mana. I'm always using it as a 1-mana to draw a spell. So it's thinning my deck out for later in the game, So I think at 1 you should be fine. But if you want to keep it at 2, keep it at 2 is not getting in the way. But I feel like cutting this for another, like, say, Heartless Act might be better just because you want more removal in the best of 1 matchups. One Erebos has been pretty solid. It's I've never used a secondary effect. Obviously, I've always used it for the -X life gain. This card's pretty good. We gained 4 life against the Giants deck. Had we not gained that 4 life against the Giants deck, we would have lost. So this card's really good. I like it. 2 eliminates, like I said, you could do 1 more Heartless Act here, so it'd be 3 Heartless Acts. But I like the removal here, especially since we're running 4 Murderous Riders, Extinctions, and Shadow's Verdict, as well as Elspeth's Nightmares, and Blood Chief, and Airbow. So I think that's fine. If you move this to 3, I think you'll be even probably better against all the aggro decks. I haven't casted Tybalt very much, and this is why, like the original list, it had no Kaldheim, or it had no, what's it called? Kaldheim or Strixhaven in it. I haven't really casted Tybalt very much, and whenever I drew it, I never really wanted to cast it as a creature side, but I have this in here in case I do get to that mana and I just cast Tybalt. Tybalt is obviously a great planeswalker, but like I said, and we have 4 ways to cast the planeswalker side. Otherwise, we can easily just cast the creature side. But 2, I think 2 you might be fine with, but if you don't have this card and say you have 1, I would cut it down to 1, if maybe nothing. Like I said, you don't really need it. The games that I did cast it, they were great, obviously, but I was also in favor, sort of. So you can play with the numbers on Valky Tybalt and see what you like. 1, 2, maybe none. Like I said, the other version that I originally created had no Valky Tybalts, so 4 Maze Mind Tomes, yep, you want those. 3 Nightmares are great. It's the big part about this that I like is the fact that it reveals their hand, so you can see what you're playing against. Not against, but you can play your cards around against. 4 Murderous Riders are great. It's a instant speed removal. It's a creature. It goes back to the deck, so you draw it again. I like the Murderous Rider here. 3 Extinction Events I do like at 3. Since I'm running Shadow's Verdict, I think 3 is perfectly fine. Hogger Mauling, it's great. It's a land. It's a removal. 3 Solemns. Originally I had it at 4. I cut it down to 3. So if you don't want to run, say, 2 Valkyries, you could do 1 Valky and a 4th Solemn, and then minus Cling for a 3rd Heartless Act. That's a possible play you could do. 2 Shadow's Verdict are awesome. Professor Knox is pretty good in this deck just because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different cards that are instants and sorceries, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are not. So more often than not, she should have her passive trigger, and I think she's good for that reason. Obviously, you could mess up and realize, forget that, like I played Maze Mind Tome with Professor Knox. I'm like, well, that doesn't work because that's an artifact. So dummy me forgot about that, and so I didn't get the trigger. But she's a great planeswalker, and people are going to go after her, and so I would recommend leaving it at 1. If you don't have any of her don't even bother running her. The other version runs no copies of it. 3 Ugins are great. 4, maybe too much, but I don't know. 3 I think is a solid number. The lands are pretty basic. That's the sideboard. I don't think you need the sideboard, but if you need it, here, you can take a look at it. This is the best of 1 deck. So the other version, save and exit. The other version I had was this, but I did add Valky to this deck also. But like I said, you don't need this. And so as you can see, the list is pretty much similar. There's no Onyx, it's an Ugin instead. So what I did, the change here was I took out 1 Nightmare and I believe 1 Heartless Act. Yeah, 1 Nightmare and 1 Heartless Act for 2 Valkyries. But like I said, you don't need that. And so I think this version is obviously better, but if you don't have Valkyries or Onyx, you don't have Kaldheim or Strixhaven, you don't need it. So don't even worry about it. So here's the stats real quick. Like I said, I usually don't do this, but this is the best of 1. So just you can get a feel for it. We've played with the first version, we played 14 matches, 78% win rate. The second version, which is pretty much the same with 3 card changes, we played 13 matches, 76%. So it averages out at 77%. And that's what, roughly 14 and 27 matches, 77%. That's pretty solid. We got into the top 1200 with it. So pretty solid deck. But yeah, if you play this deck, let me know what you guys think about it. Check the description of the video. It always will have the deck list, both from Aether Hub, so you can port it to your arena. It'll have the deck list for your mobile, so you can port it to your mobile device, iPad, phone, whatever it is. So check the description. If you're new to the stream, would love to see you guys subscribe, follow, hit that notification. Not to the stream, but to the content. Love to see you guys subscribe, so that way you guys can see my future videos. I usually always post decks that I'm doing well with. Obviously there are some decks that I do really horrible with, and I'm just not going to post those decks. Like this one, it tanked me in rank a lot, and so I discarded that. I don't know why it's still here, but discarded that. But yeah, and for all the people who have already been subscribed and been supporting me, thank you. And hopefully you guys enjoy this deck. Let me know. Drop some comments down below if you try it. If you have any changes to it, love to hear your feedback. And I'll see you guys in the next video.